Hey guys, so I have a bit of a problem. There are 5 days left in October and I'm in the middle of a bunch of books that I would like to finish. And I have 4 more books that I would like to start and finish. It's impossible. There's no way I can read this many books, but this video is my attempt to try. So let me show you what I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading all of these. So I am reading Wives and Daughters by Elizabeth Gaskell. My goal for this is just to get halfway. So I filmed my TBR video yesterday. Tolkien's here and says hello. And then I went and read 80 pages of it. So I actually have 30 pages-ish to hit where I want to be, which is page like 350. Can you move, Tolkien? He's like always very content until I start filming. Then he wants to be in the video. So yeah, I only need to read about 30 more pages to get to page 350, which is where I would like to be by the end of the month. Of course, my voice is all of a sudden going. Back in my light academia vlog, I started A Walk in the Woods and I've read a little bit more, but I'm not very far. So I would like to finish that. I started reading The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I read 1 chapter. This is for my DIY literature degree. I wanted to read all, no, I won't say all of C.S. Lewis's books, a bunch of his books, but I'm contemplating making this into like a homeschool, I don't know, making like a unit based off of this, hence why I've only read 1 chapter. I'm trying to decide if I do that. If I do that, then I can only read like a chapter at a time and work on that. So this is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Did I say that? I don't know. So I got that one. I started The Devil in the White City in my Dark Academia vlog. Haven't read any more. I'm on page 20. I'm considering DNFing this one. So I need to read more and then decide what I'm doing with that. I started The Guest List, also read only 1 chapter. I was considering making a video trying to solve this because apparently this is like a whodunit that a person can solve, but apparently there's a bunch of reasons I might not like this book, like a lot of content I might not appreciate, but I haven't read enough to know, so I would like to read more to figure out what I'm doing with that. And then a book that was not on my TBR, but I am reading is Take the Key and Lock Her Up by Ali Carter. This is book 3 in the Embassy Row series. This is the last of the series. Honestly, this is probably the book that I'm going to finish first. I just started it yesterday. I'm already on page 71. This is these books are really fast, so I will probably start with this. Then the 4 books that I would like to also read. This is embarrassing. So Emily Climbs, I haven't even started this. This is on my October TBR. I made some kind of statement about having to read this in my October TBR video. I made a statement about how I had to read this one. Haven't started it. And then there's 3 books from the library that I would like to read because they would all be quick. So one is Seaside by Terry Blackstock. This is just a novella, really short, don't know anything about it, but I do enjoy Terry Blackstock. And Ashley, who is one of my subscribers, has mentioned that she liked it, so it's like an easy commitment. Okay, then I have The Skull by Jonathan Clausen. So he just recently came to my favorite independent bookstore here, the one with the tree and the spiral staircase that I just shared in a video. This is like kind of like a picture book, but like slightly longer. He came here to do a book signing, whatever they do when they come. I didn't go to it, but I got this book from the library, and so that will be a short read. It doesn't even really count. My stack is gonna fall over. And then I have The Clackety, which had been waiting for from the library like all month, and now it just came in, and I feel like this would be really good for the end of October. And it's middle grade. I don't really know anything about it, but it's definitely got the vibes for October. So I would also like to read this one. Altogether, my stack is this tall. Yeah, I don't think I can get to all of them, but this video is me attempting to do that. See how far I can go here. So welcome to the journey. As I suspected, I ended up just reading this book, starting another one. It's super short. Interesting idea. So apparently John Clausen read a fairy tale and then like a year or 2 later wanted to write this book based on it, but the story had changed in his mind, so he wrote the story he was thinking of. And I really recommend this to kids. It's pretty morbid. I mean, if you go into it knowing that it's based on a fairy tale, maybe that would be okay. But it's kind of morbid. I wouldn't really read it with young kids, but it was okay. Whatever. I checked that box, and I've been reading more of Take the Key and Lock Her Up. I'm now on page 126, so I'm gonna read a little bit more of this tonight. Maybe make some more progress in some other books, but wanted to check in because I actually finished a book. Okay, I am making progress in some books. First of all, last night I finished Take the Key and Lock Her Up, and some series I find I space out over a long period of time. This kind of series where events follow each other and it's a really quick series, I like to read in a shorter amount of time. So I started book 1, I think in April, and now I've finished both other ones this month, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, the other one's still on my stack here for my October reads. Ali Carter does such a good job with twists and turns. I don't want to say too much about the books because they're all going to be, all the ones I'm going to finish in this video are going to be in my October wrap up, which I think should be my next video after this. So I don't want it to be completely redundant. Redundant, would that be the right word? Repetitious. Anyway, it's a good series. I love lots about it. Some of it's a little bit like, I don't know, unrealistic, but I'm okay with it in the series. So I read through this pretty quickly last night, and then I still wanted to read. So I started Emily Climbs, and I read the first 2 chapters of this. So I'm on page 42. Obviously not like super far, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this one by the end of the month unless I were just to focus on this one. And I really want to get somewhere on some other ones and possibly start some others that I haven't started yet. I'm not sure. But we start with Emily. She is 13. She loves to write. Her Aunt Elizabeth does not like her to write. And I think that's going to be a big part of this story. I believe, based on the little bit that I've read from the back, that her Aunt Elizabeth makes her promise not to write stories, and then she's allowed to go to high school. So yeah, I'm curious to see how that works out for Emily. But enjoying this so far. And then this morning I read another chapter from Wives and Daughters. So I'm currently on page 332, which means chapter 30 is my next chapter. And I probably only have about another chapter or 2 before I reach page like 350, which is my goal for the month. Now this has like really picked up, and there are secrets, one of which I know and other people in the story don't know, and one of which I can't figure out what's exactly going on, and I want to keep reading to find out. So it took a while for me to feel invested in this story, like really get into it, but I'm there now, and I'm kind of tempted to read beyond my 350 pages, but we'll see. I also do still want to make progress in my other books, but the fact that I finished one, started one, read more in another, it's going pretty smoothly. Today's a pretty busy day. I have some errands, so I'm going to take this book with me. I don't know if I'll have any time to read, but at least I'll have it with me. If I do, that's my plan. Oh, and I think part of my errands might involve some thrifting, so throw that in there for fun too. To get a little bit of reading in Emily of, no, not Emily of New Moon, book number 2, Emily Climbs, in while I was running errands slash waiting for things. And I picked up 3 books from a thrift store. I got Dorothy L. Sayers' The Nine Tailors. Pretty sure I don't own this one. I think this is like book 9 in the Lord Peter Wimsey series. So I grabbed that. The thrift store was like insanely busy. I don't understand why. Like, I've never seen it like that before. Then I also got this English Victorian Poetry anthology, which is perfect for my DIY literature degree because I'm studying the Victorian period and I love poetry. And there is the most poetry by Emily Bronte that I've ever seen in a book in here. There are 9 poems by her, so that's exciting for me. I don't know if there's any other Brontes, it doesn't look like it. I'm very excited about this. And another thing I'm excited about is this is book 2 that I have got in this edition. This is North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell in whatever this specific Penguin English Library edition is called. It looks like whoever had it before only got up to page 137. I love North and South. My edition is very small and I read it from there. It was fine, but I like to collect these whenever I can find them, and it was $5. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. So now I own this one plus Emma. I got some reading in a little bit and some new books acquired, all like classic type stories. I don't know, thrift store did not have very good selection, but I'm excited about the ones I did find. Okay, time for a reading update, and I just came in from a walk. We've like we don't have like a lot of snow, but it's been snowing a lot. And we like never get rain, and of course as soon as the temperature drops below freezing, we get snow. I have 3 books to update you on. I've been reading a little bit from different ones. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I've decided I'm not going to make that homeschool product. I don't think I have the space in life to do that right now, so I'm just reading it. I'm on chapter 6. The kids have just talked to the professor about Lucy and how they're worried about her, how she's either lying. Professor says she's either 3 possibilities: either your sister's telling lies, or she is mad, or she's telling the truth. You know she doesn't tell lies, and it's obvious that she's not mad. For the moment then, and unless any further evidence turns up, we must assume she's telling the truth. And I love that whole scene with the professor and Susan and Peter. So reading this, once I finish this, I think I'm gonna let myself start another book because the other ones are going well. So let's move on to the other ones. Emily Climbs. I'm partway through a chapter right now. I'm just over 100 pages, which according to the ebook, because I've been reading that as I am sitting in the kids' rooms in the evening, trying to get them to fall asleep, I'm 27% through. So I feel like I'm making really good progress. I still don't think I'm gonna get this done in this video, but I'm making more progress than I expected already. So feeling good about this. Really enjoying Emily. I think my daughter is gonna love this story. I really can't remember book 1 much, but Emily here reminds me a lot of my daughter. I don't think my daughter's always thinking weird things like about the bad side of people like Emily is. Maybe she is, I don't know. But I feel like the whole writing aspect she'll be able to relate with. So yeah, that's where I'm at there. And then I think I read from here since my last update. I'm on page 332. I feel like maybe I didn't read from here. I don't remember where I was when I updated it last, but really close to the halfway mark. So I'm feeling pretty good about this. I mean, I still have other books that I have started that I have not read at all yet, but I should be able to get this done today and then get farther in here and then maybe finish the part that I want to get to here. So that will feel good. Tomorrow I have a crazy busy day. I have like a little window between things when I have nothing up. And I think I'm not going to film an update then. I think I'm just going to use that time to relax and read. So if that is true, then I'll just skip updating tomorrow because it's gonna be so busy. But hopefully I'll get a good bit of reading in during that little time. Stopped. First of all, my neighbor was getting his skidoo out. 3-year-old was like bouncing around upstairs. I'm about to do my Patreon book club. I always love it because we don't read a particular book. We just talk about books that we really enjoyed in the last while or books that we didn't. I have read so many good books this month that I don't even know which book I'm going to talk about yet. So I have to decide. But I did finish The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. And this book is even better than I remembered. Like, I don't know how many times I've read it. You're just gonna sit there? Are you serious? This is supposed to be a booktube channel, not a cat tube channel. Yeah, I've read it many times, but for some reason, yeah, you don't want to be like where it makes sense, hey? For some reason, it was just even better this time around. This might actually be the first time I've actually physically read it. I think I've listened to it previously. And I forgot how much the movie sticks so true to the book. There's just so many scenes where I'm just like, oh, I love this scene. So I don't know where I'm gonna go from here in this series. I'm gonna read it in publication order, but I'm gonna skip some of the other ones that I've read a couple of times over. So actually I think I had that on my computer. I'm pretty pro like publication order, but I didn't realize how different publication order was compared to this. Like, I definitely think The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe needs to be read before The Magician's Nephew. So publication order is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Prince Caspian, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader, The Silver Chair, The Horse and His Boy, The Magician's Nephew, and The Last Battle. So The Horse and His Boy and The Magician's Nephew are the ones I know I've read multiple times. So I guess Prince Caspian, which is book 4 in chronological order, will be my next read from this series. If you guys haven't read this in the last couple of years, I highly recommend trying it again or trying it for the first time. And then I did read a little bit more in Wives and Daughters. I think I read another chapter or 2. I'm like 8 pages away from page 350, so I'm getting there. And I think I'm going to start The Clackety yet tonight because for some reason I have zero idea what that book's about, but I want to read it. So it's middle grade, should be a quick read. As I suspected, yesterday was insanely busy. My introvert battery is still not recharged, so my goal today is to do quite a bit of relaxing and reading. I think my goal today is maybe to finish Emily of New Moon. My book is upstairs, but I think I'm about like halfway right now, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying Emily and her being at high school and the different things that she's going through and like her writing process that she's kind of thinking through and applying to magazines to get her poetry published and different things like that. So that's the book I'm in the mood for. If I can finish it today, that'd be great. And then I still have like these 3 books that are ones that I had started that I have not made any progress on. So that might be my goal for tomorrow, is to like figure out what's going on here. And I did start The Clackety and it's not pulling me in, despite there being a few quotes that I've really liked. I'm kind of tempted to not read that one, but I'm gonna spend some time reading and then I'll update a little bit more, I think this afternoon. So we'll see where things end up going. it's not even quite 7 o'clock and just like pitch black outside. You know, it's getting colder when. But I didn't expect, at the beginning of this video, I did not expect to finish this book because I hadn't even started it yet. But I finished it, adored it. Definitely one of my favorite Ella Montgomery books. I'm not sure, I can't remember what I thought of book 1 because it's been years, and I'm not sure I'm gonna love book 2, but I really liked this stage where Emily, or book 3, I really liked the stage where Emily was at in this book. Really enjoyed this. So now, yesterday also I got up to the page in Wives and Daughters that I wanted to. I'm at just over 350, so I'm more than halfway done that book. So I have 3 here. I'm really not in the thriller mood. I feel like this book will read fast when I want to spend time with it, but I don't think that's what I'm in the mood for tonight. I still have some time tonight. So I'm going to work on these 2, decide if I want to continue them, what I want to do. I'm this far into A Walk in the Woods, and then Devil in the White City I'm not very far at all, page 20. So I will take these upstairs with me. I don't know, like I'm not really in the mood for any of these books, honestly, but I hate having a bunch of books like on the go. I'd rather just decide like I'm not reading them or just get them finished. So I want to deal with these in the next bit here. So tonight I'll figure out what I'm doing with these ones. So yesterday was very successful. Not only did I finish and love Emily Climbs, but I also decided to DNF A Walk in the Woods, and I will probably explain more of my reasoning in my wrap-up video. But this book was so disappointing. Like I thought it was gonna be like nature writing, and it's not. It's like, it's almost the opposite of that. I'm gonna rant about this more in my wrap-up for sure. But I finished this, and then what I spent my evening doing is reading more Wives and Daughters. Like I'm getting so far in that book. Today is the last day of October, and I haven't done any reading yet, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep going with Wives and Daughters or finish the Clackety, figure out what I'm doing for that. I still have the guest list here. I haven't read it all. But overall, I'm finding this video to be helpful, and I think I should be able to do another update before the end of the day today. Okay, I want to wrap up this video here because my throat is feeling like I might be coming down with something. So I may read a teeny bit more this evening, but I don't feel confident in my ability to say thanks after. So here is a summary of what went down through this video, I think. Okay, I forgot about a book. So here's what we've done. Okay, I have finished The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Loved it. I read The Skull. Not so much. I started and finished, so surprised by this, Emily Climbs. Loved it. I finished Take the Key and Lock Her Up. Really enjoyed this series. A lot of fun. I think I'm DNFing the Clackety. There was a funny quotes at the beginning, but like this book is just not, I don't know, the overall vibe is just not what I thought it was going to be. So I'm not going to finish that. And I also didn't read enough of it to like officially DNF it in my end of the month video, so we'll just, it's like a soft DNF maybe. I never got to Seaside. I might get to this in November, but it might have to go back to the library soon. The stack is getting large here. I made 0 progress in the guest list. I don't know. I just don't really, I'm not in the mood, so I won't say for sure if I'll finish it soon or not. Made 0 progress in Devil in the White City. I don't really want to read this book. Like, I still have only read like 20 pages. There was nothing in it that turned me off. I just don't want to read it for whatever reason. So that might also be a soft DNF. And Wives and Daughters. Probably one of my biggest surprises after Emily of New Moon is I've got up to page 444. And if I do any reading tonight, it will probably be from here. So that is way farther, like it's almost 100 pages farther than my goal. So that's exciting. I should definitely be able to finish this in November then. Not too far off from Victober. So I think this is all of the books that I had talked about in the beginning of the video here. These are the ones that I like wanted to, you know, figure out what I was doing, and I think I did okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. I feel like this video helped me. Oh my goodness, I always drop all the books. It helped me to end the month better than I would have without the video. So thanks for coming along as I attempted to finish all the books and also start more books and then try to finish those. Now I'm looking forward to starting on my November books because I have some very exciting ones planned that I'm really in the mood for right now.